and we are doing fan questions from really just your Pittsburgh fans.
Okay, nice.
Right, so the first question is from Lauren, and she wants to know what your favorite thing about Pittsburgh is.
Oh, man. Well, I have a lot of friends here, so that's number one. My friend Derek, my friend Chris, Derek's wife Lindsay, Eric, let's see, Josh. Roger Harvey's from here, but I don't think he stays here anymore.
I think he's in Philly.
Yeah, I think he's in Philly.
Yeah.
So friends, first and foremost. I really like going to the Warhol Museum. I think it's just fantastic. There's some really good food places around here.
Yeah, what do you like?
Wherever Derek takes me to.
Do you remember like a favorite spot though?
I don't, but you know what? I don't think that, and I don't want to like call anybody out, but there's a famous sandwich place here that I don't think is very good. Yeah, I feel like people that are from here don't really like it. They're like, yo, don't even bother.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like tourists and stuff, they're like, oh, you gotta go to that place. And I think it's just alright.
Yeah. Well, I'm not from here either.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
We don't
All
have
right.
coleslaw in Norway, so I don't like.
No, that's right.
coleslaw.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So yeah, that was the second question. It was
Okay.
how you like the Andy Warhol Museum.
I love it. Man, I go every time.
Every time.
Every time I'm here. Sometimes I have more time to spend there than others, but it's so fantastic.
It is.
And plus I feel like they change the exhibits around a lot. And our friend Eric actually works there,
Oh, okay.
and so you know.
Oh, Eric from he played with Roger
Yeah,
Harvey.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, whenever we're in town, he's like, all right, just go to the front desk and say you're here for me. So he like lets us in. We get to like fuck around all day. It's nice to have like a day off, because then you can just spend all day there.
Yeah, you have tomorrow off, right?
Yeah, but unfortunately, there's a show here, so parking is just not acceptable. Like, you can't. So we're gonna have to actually leave and drive like halfway,
Oh, okay.
which I would rather have stayed here because I want to hang out.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. But sorry, I just got somewhere. I don't know what time bus call is though. I'm hoping it's at least a little late so we can like chill a little bit. But I'm doing this thing where I'm trying to convince Derek to get up and sing a song tonight, just alone. So I ended up sound checking an acoustic guitar, and I'm gonna play acoustic for one of our songs, which we haven't done yet, just so that I can have it ready for when I ask him to come up, and then he has no excuses. So
Right.
that's the idea, is to convince Derek to get up and play. Which I don't think is gonna take too much convincing, but he was on vacation, so I don't know.
You should do like a repeat of that whole Jawbreaker cover song thing you did in Europe.
Oh man, well here's the thing, they're
Still
back
awesome.
now. We don't even need to do it. You know what I mean?
I'm like, I'm not bummed that they're back. I'm just bummed that they're back like so far away.
I know. It's worth the trip though, man. That's gonna be such a
Absolutely.
great show.
Yeah.
I'm psyched. I can't wait.
Yeah. Are you playing Right Fest, you think?
Probably not, because we played last year,
Oh, right. Yeah.
and we did both venue cities.
Yeah.
And even though they're just doing Chicago now this year, usually it's like, you know, you play one year and then you're off the next year. So I thought really hard about starting a new band just to fucking play.
Just to be able to
You know,
play Riot
which
Fest.
is just because I have so many friends that are playing, and plus I really want to see Ministry. I want to see Jawbreaker, of course. And,
Such a good lineup.
it's a great lineup. It always is. The festival's great.
Yeah.
The guys that run it are fantastic. They have their shit together. Like, it's a wonderful festival. So I really want to go. So I was like, I'll just get a ticket and then buy a plane ticket.
Right.
I could just do that. Like, it's okay to like be off and just enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like, but school's in session at that point, so I gotta convince my wife that it's for work.
Right.
I want her to go too, but she's got some shit going on that weekend, and I think she's like really bummed about it.
Yeah. What about the Fest lineup that just dropped?
Fest lineup's great too.
Oh my god, against me playing
Yeah.
that whole first record.
Raven and Axl Rose, right? I'm excited for
So
that.
excited.
I know. I'd like to play that. I don't think we're playing. I don't know. Hey man, maybe I'll just contact the fest and see if we can play that, because that'd be fun. Well, when is that though? Do you know the day of that?
It is the weekend of October 27th.
Oh, it's October. Okay, so it doesn't conflict. There's a couple of tours and stuff like that we're trying to like work out for that time. If it works out, that'd be nice to play, because that's a great festival too.
Yeah, which brings us to our next question from Nikki.
Okay.
Is there any European headline tour anywhere in the future?
We're working on it.
Yeah?
Yeah. I would say that I want to, like, I think after Deftones, and we're doing like a festival in Long Island. I think after that we're probably gonna take just a little bit of time off.
Yeah.
Because I want to hang out with the kids, and we want to like go on vacation and stuff, and so take a little bit of time. But I think probably starting fall, and then throughout winter we'll be on. And then I think after the new year I'm gonna probably be off the road for a little bit.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. Yeah.
Sounds exciting. Okay, so this is from Rhiannon.
Okay.
What is your favorite lyric that you've ever written?
Oh man. It's weird. I feel like they start like you write them and they mean a certain thing, and then you finish the song and you record it, and sometimes it means the same thing, sometimes it's changed, and then when you start to play them live, they evolve from there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard. But there's a couple ones where I'm like, that was pretty witty. If I had to pick one, I don't know. Shit. It's hard without them being right in front of you. I think I have a printout right here. No, I did. For some reason, when we were doing rehearsals for getting into like some of the stuff, I printed out all the Parachutes lyrics, and then I found them in my bag. I was like, oh, this is perfect. These, by the way, are lyrics to No Fun Club. I thought these were really good. You know what? I like this one a lot. I don't want to have a sense of style, and I don't have the strength to act cool. I just want to be the fuck I want to be. Pretend to give a shit makes my stomach sick. I like that one.
That is a good one. And let me see.
So silly.
Haley wants to know what your favorite horror movie is.
Oh man. I just watched Poltergeist again last night, which I haven't seen in a very long time, and that was I love that movie. Let's see, horror movie. I like that that is directed by Toby O'Para, who did Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is up there.
Mm-hmm.
If I went back to like my youth, it would definitely be like Nightmare on Elm Streets, because like me and my dad would watch all of them, and I thought those were fantastic. Also, like then that would translate to like all like the old Vincent Price ones, because like those were his favorite, like House on Haunted Hill and like The Tingler and stuff like that. Like I love those movies. But like, see, hands down, like no. I mean, I think I'm having a hard time narrowing it. Alien, but I think that's more like sci-fi, right? I don't know if you can really say it's just horror.
I think it's scary enough. So.
It's scary enough, right? Yeah. You know, I'm gonna go. Let's go recent though, because I think that The Strangers was fantastic. That's one of my favorite movies that come out in like the past like 10, 12 years, I guess.
Yeah.
And then also Funny Games, I think, was a fucking triumph. I thought that movie was amazing. So.
Sam's a big horror movie fan.
Yeah. What's your favorite?
Oh God.
It's hard, right?
It is. The older ones, the old cheesy ass like Friday the 13th, Halloween, fucking. Oh my God. Like I love like Jason.
So like slasher. You're like wait, slasher. Do you like like Pieces and stuff like that, like old like the B ones?
Not that far back.
Okay. All right, yeah.
But like more like the mainstream cheesy ass.
Yeah.
Like,
Sleepaway Camp.
Movies. Yeah.
That's kind of like.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that shit.
Yeah. Dirk wants to know what's the favorite song you've ever written. Like.
Oh man.
At least like if you remember maybe a title or what it was about.
Yeah. I really like I'll Let You Down. It's been one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite songs off Parachutes, and I think it might be my favorite song too that we've ever done. To me, it's very much like a sister song to She's the Prettiest Girl at the Party. Musically, mostly. Lyrically too, I think, and I realized like really what it's all about now. And how that one specific line, the "Let You Down" line, is very much about kind of letting people down and expecting you to fail.
Yeah.
That's really where that stems from, and I feel like we did a really good job with that, especially too because it wasn't ever supposed to be an electric song. It wasn't ever supposed to be a full band song. I just wrote it acoustic, and we ended up with an extra week before we recorded Parachutes, and I kind of threw together like a quick full band arrangement and ended up making the record and being like my favorite song right now. So
yeah,
I like that one. Became a real boy. That's cool.
So, what is your favorite place to perform? That's a question from Paige.
Oh man, there's certain cities that you have a lot of friends in, or just like shows are just always really, really great.
Yeah.
Last night was really fun. The Chameleon Club was a fucking fantastic show. That would have been like my favorite show tour so far. I like playing at home, but it's very stressful because like you have a lot of family and friends that come out, and it becomes less about like your mindset isn't always focused on like the hour on stage. It's just more that was all encompassing of the day, and that's hard to like kind of pull your psyche in all those different directions. LA is kind of the same thing, even though like you don't live there and I have so many friends. Like I'm excited to go there and play. It's gonna be a fun show, but it's gonna be very stressful.
Yeah.
Tonight's the best sounding stage of tour, and I can't imagine any show feeling better than that just did at soundcheck. We only did like maybe one song at soundcheck, and that was all we really needed. Like that can all change as soon as we get up there for the show. I hope it doesn't. I'm gonna knock on this whatever the fuck this table is. But that was amazing. So like I like that. I usually like a wooden stage is nice because it grips your feet nice, but also like you feel the vibration through it under your feet. Mm-hmm. It's hard to explain, but that usually is really, really nice. Like those weird like carbonite fucking stages are just weird. Concrete rooms usually suck. This is a big concrete room and it sounds amazing. So like it's hard to pinpoint. Every room like every instrument has a soul. Every room has a soul. Like you just gotta find the right one. I don't know. I didn't give it a definitive answer on that at all, huh? Favorite place to play? I don't know. I really like playing London a lot. Like, a lot. And I used to not. Because when I was younger, I was like, I fucking hate traveling. And I don't want to be in a different place where I can't make a phone call and all that shit. Like, all that inconvenience of, like, because I really don't like to travel very much. But now, I revel being in the UK. I think it's really fun. It's like a home away from home.
Yeah. Speaking of traveling, how about that Russia tour?
Yeah, how about that?
That was crazy. I cannot believe you did, because you only did like trains and planes and stuff through Russia. That's crazy.
Right. Mostly trains. Here's the thing about it is that the shows were fantastic. Like the kids were amazing. Mm-hmm. There's a more aggressive vibe there, but that's just I feel like the culture of things. Sorry, let me shut that off. So that's just the way it is. You can't be upset by that. Yeah. You just kind of have to like, all right, this is the way it is, and kind of like, work together to provide a comfort zone for the both of you. Mm-hmm. The amount of artistry is unlike anything I've ever experienced. Like everyone there is an accomplished artist, whether they believe it or not. Like they are. I've never seen that much talent.
Crazy. I see like pictures all the time, drawings of you, and like
unbelievable.
They're always
really
like,
is.
And then it's really good.
With that being said, the travel and just like the fact that you're just like say you're like in a room and you're like walking from here to the door and you trip and you're like, what did I just trip on? And there's a stair this fucking big in the middle of the room for no goddamn reason. Like that shit sucks because that's like on top of like having to lug all of your equipment and your bags over train tracks at like 3 a.m, being yelled at by like the conductors and whatever, having 5 minutes to get your stuff on the train when somebody's like they're trying to rush off, other people are climbing, like literally climbing over you to get onto the train. They don't see anything wrong with it. No one waits their turn for anything. There's none of that. Like there's no personal space. They just scream and yell and all that stuff, and it's It's harrowing. Like, your fucking head wants to fall off. And then you trip on this little stair that doesn't need to be there, and you just want to fucking vomit blood all over everything. Like, that's the only thing that would make you feel better. And then you say to somebody, like, why are the microphones shooting 120 volts into my face? Like, and why is there no soundboard here? Why did you decide not to run a soundboard? And why is there this fucking stair in the middle of the floor where it shouldn't be? Why did I trip on that and I almost broke my ankle? And they're like, it's Russia. And that's the only answer they give you, and it makes you I almost lost my mind. I really did almost lose my mind.
So you had a little Twitter rant about those steps.
Yeah, steps. I lost my mind a couple of times. Like, there was one big freak out I had on a train. And I feel bad. I feel bad that I lost my cool about it, but I felt very justified in the amount of cool that I lost. And I warned everybody. I was like, I'm about to lose my mind, and then I did it. And then I just lost my mind and started to scream about stuff. But, yeah. Hey, shit happens.
It does sound rough, though.
Also, too, alright, this is whatever. Like, alright, see, like, you know, like, San Pellegrino, like, it's a delicious, sparkling mineral water, right? This will, like, if you're like real hot and you like want something delicious to drink, you're like, oh shit, look how fancy that looks. You crack it open and you just chug a little bit. I like San Pellegrino. Anyway, so I saw one of these, right, or what I thought was something like this. It had all like Russian writing on it. I was like, oh man, I'm so parched. I'm going to take this delicious sparkling mineral beverage, and I'm going to take a drink of it. And I cracked it open and I went, and it was like drinking tears. It's like salted water that they drink. It's supposed to like help your stomach or something like that, but if you're not expecting it, oh god, it's like getting hit in the face with like dirty underwear, like someone else's dirty underwear. They just fucking hit you right in the mouth with it. It was the worst. It was so terrible. I was so upset. I was so upset. I'm glad we did it though. I'm just really happy it's over. Because I don't know if I would be able to last another couple of days than what we did.
Yeah. Well, good job is all I can
No,
say.
thanks. Sorry.
Okay. I think we're like about to round up. But
Oh, sorry.
No worries. We have a few more. One is from Maggie, and
Okay.
she wants to know, what bands did you look up to when you first started out?
Well, my dad started me out like on a lot of blues. Buddy Guy, B.B. King, Freddie King. List goes on and on. And then he actually, I think the place is on it. He took me to go see Richie Havens, who's a folk guitar player. He was the first performer at Woodstock, and he took me to go see him 2 or 3 times, and that experience really changed my entire world. The way Richie would play and talk and interact with the crowd, and at the end of the show, like I mean, he did smaller shows, like maybe 100 people, something like that, but they were packed and people were really excited. But then he would go from stage right to the door, and then on the way out he would shake everybody's hand. It was just like this thing. It was unbelievable. That blew my mind, and it felt very DIY. It felt very very much like music made by these people for these people. Probably in a basement in a coffee house somewhere, kind of just hashing out, and that was almost like his punk rock, and I really liked that. And then I found out about punk rock and that was local, kids that were putting on shows themselves, and starting bands, and that felt very tangible to me, and I liked that a lot. So from there, from my dad's influence stuff, I started to find out about the Bouncing Souls and the Misfits and New York hardcore like Roll Biscuits and Judge and Youth Today and stuff. Basically anything Walter Schreifels ever did. And then local bands. There was these local bands like Bigwig and Felix Frump, and there's a band called Humble Beginnings, and a band called LAS Stitches, and a lot of those bands were on a label called Eyeball, and that was the thing for me. Gabe supported. He was in Humble Beginnings. He went on to, of course, he did Midtown and Cobra Starship and stuff like that. But like his punk rock like first band was Humble Beginnings, and they were on Eyeball, and I was like, all right, well, this is the plan. I'm gonna start a band. I'm gonna get on Eyeball Records, and then that's it. I made it. That's all I ever wanted. Like I wanted like 100 kids stuffed into a VFW hall that knew words to the song that I wrote, singing along, and a record album. Well, that was it. That was the goal. And I got to that point. And got to do that, and then eventually I had more goals, and it was pretty awesome. Yeah. And now I'm here.
Oh, you are here.
Is that it?
Have you played Stage 8 before?
Yeah, actually, we played here the first show of our first tour as a celebration. We did here with the Used at Take Back Sunday.
Oh, right.
It was our first show tour.
Yeah, I remember reading about that, but I was in Europe.
Gotcha.
I wasn't here.
Yeah.
But you also played Mr. Smalls.
Yes.
Such a good venue.
Which I love that venue. And that's usually where we would play, was like Smalls, and then where I used to be Largo. I played here once too at Planet of the Apes, which was just an old double garage, like an old garage that somebody had fucking squatted in or something and turned it into a venue. We played here with Teddy Champ's Army, which eventually became Voice in the Wire, and all those bands, and but last time when we did a headline show, I think it was Smalls and White Wives played, and stuff like that. Chris, unfortunately, is overseas. I told him that they should cancel all their shows and come hang out, but yeah, it's fine. Yeah, man, that's the thing, man. We got so many amazing bands from here, such great friends. Like, I love playing here. It's a great town. It really is.
And it's a great music scene here. So many good bands.
So did you move out here? Are you living here now or no? You are, right? Yeah.
I actually I followed your tour in November, and then I just never went home.
That's how a lot of people end up here.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So are you a Yins yet? Have you gotten into the Yins thing?
Not right. I think it's just that I don't understand baseball or football, so I can't be 100% into this Pittsburgh spirit.
That's all right. I mean,
I get the
you'll
hockey
get there.
though.
You get the hockey. Oh, you're halfway there, man. I mean, it's still city. Like you gotta believe in something bigger than yourself, and just have that working vibe. Like I think that's really what it's all about, right? For the most part.
Yeah. Yes.
Right on.
So I have one last question.
Okay.
It's from Cheyenne, and she wants to know what the weirdest gift you've ever gotten is.
Oh man, see, all right. Here's the thing. I don't like to answer that question because I feel like the only thing it really does is to like start this colossal weird contest where then like, oh, I gotta give you something really strange. Oh look, it's like dead rabbits in a fucking bag. Like there's something, you know what I mean? Like I'm not into doing that. I will say this though, I have gotten some really, really amazing, beautiful art and stuff like what's crazy is to me is that people know so much about me that they know hey yo, I was at this place, I saw this and I really thought of you, and it's like whoa, that blew my mind. So that's awesome, and plus like they're so talented. Like this girl just made like knit hats with like all my kids' names on them and stuff like really nice crocheted like knit hats. That's fucking rad, man. I know it takes a long time. Yeah. To do that kind of stuff, and there's definitely some people that I meet along the way too, like a girl named Ella and stuff like that. I used their artwork for like merch and stuff like that. I've commissioned like, all right, you made this itchy and scratchy like No Fun Club patch. Like, all right, you need to make me one. We trade like guest list spots, and then I get like she'll make a patch. It takes her like 25 hours to make. I feel terrible, but it's rad as hell. So that kind of stuff's really cool. But I don't like to get like the weird, like, oh, what's the weirdest thing you ever signed? Oh, here, look, this is like my dad's old foot. Like he died, but I cut it off, and you gotta sign it now. Like I don't want to fucking do that shit.
That's
you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think
So
that was
good.
good.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Right on. Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.